Well, we've been here for 72 years. I'm third generation. My grandmother and my grandfather started the restaurant, and my dad took it over, and then my mom, and now me. I go by really two names. I really do. Tufano was my grandmother's maiden name, and the Vernon Park Tap was evidently a street it's on. And years ago, when the university first came here, we had to take the sign down. So I just thought it was pretty unique, so I just kept without putting the sign out in front. But people find it. They'll stop the police or people in the neighborhood, and they'll tell them where it is, and that's just the way we've kept it all these years. We have a nice Tufano special salad. We also make a really good tomato and mozzarella salad. We make a great eggplant parmesan, pork chops and peppers. Everybody loves the chicken picante. And then we make a lemon chicken, which is pretty famous that everybody knows about. I get politicians all the time. I get a lot of athletes, sports figures, and just people from the neighborhood and people from all over. It really is a diverse type of group, and I really love it.
All right, Greg, now you picked Tufano's, and it's been going for like 70 years, so tell us why you picked it.
Well, first of all, I haven't been going for 70 years, so this year. You know, Tufano's has been, when I first moved to Chicago, I lived in the neighborhood, and Tufano's is this gem that I just found with some of my friends, and the food always tastes the same. It's always great. It's always, it's not very fancy. It's just, it makes you feel so at home. You can sit there and drink wine out of a carafe. You can have these great meals. Actually, when I was there, I had 2 entrees. It's just this fantastic food.
2 entrees, which 2 did you have?
I feel like a pig. I had eggplant parmesan, and I had mozzarella, just a plain sauce. With, it was delicious. The eggplant parmesan, I think, is the best I've ever tried.
Well, what makes an eggplant parmesan so great? Because it's pretty, simple, classic dish. But what about this one?
It's so light. Usually when you eat something that big and that filling, you're stuffed and you don't want any more, and you feel bloated. And this just tastes like they just cut it, and just a little olive oil and just some light breading, and you want to keep eating it.
I found the food to be good, but almost all the same. I would like to go back. I know, terrible.
Greg is going to kill you.
Exactly. I know. I'll just move back here a bit. The portions are so huge that they're almost comical. It's like Popeye going to eat. But the whole experience is so terrific because I felt like a 2-year-old walking back in there. I felt like I was with my parents going to a family-style place, and the waitress could have been my mother or a couple of generations older, and was really wonderful. But the food, I have to say, was a bit disappointing, and we had some calamari to start, which just was kind of off. So we sent it back. They quickly brought a new batch. It was fine. No problem, no fuss or anything like that. The salad was good, and then we had a couple of pasta dishes that just were kind of the same. And they were surprisingly the same because it was mussels in red sauce with angel hair. And then you couldn't have anything more different than shells with broccoli and shrimp, but they kind of all melded together to me. I just didn't find a distinction between the two so much.
You thought the portions were so big?
Huge.
I'm eating like a pig here.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with big portions. I like big portions, but we did laugh when they came out. And the waitress was great. She said, "You'll just have a half order of that." And then she'd walk away and come back and bring it.
Yeah, no, I love Tufano's. I think the quality of the food is consistently always good. I've been going for years, and my fellow Italian relatives love the place. And it's so nice when you walk in because one of the owners, Joey, the minute you walk in, it's like, "How you doing?" Sits you at the table. And I actually like the fact that there's too much food because then you can get into more of the family style type of eating where everyone can get an entree and pass them around. And when you go in, you don't have that many options, which is nice. You have this big board, and you pick. And they have like 2 salads and 4 appetizers and a certain amount of pasta dishes and entrees, and I like that. And their meatballs were phenomenal because I usually do not like meatballs from a lot of restaurants, and these meatballs
the best in
were.
the city. And it just feels like you're at someone's kitchen, some Italian's kitchen, and you're just having this great meal. And
they have the old school bread baskets.
Right, and the bread's warm and so crusty, and it's fantastic.
Well, tell us again what you ate. You ate the stuffed shells, but you didn't. Tell us why the stuffed shells didn't meet up to your expectations.
I think the portion part I shouldn't overdo because I love to eat and I love taking stuff home too, so that's a great place for that. I just felt that the size of the portions was meant more than the flavors and everything else that was going on. And interestingly enough, it didn't taste as good as it looked. So this big steaming bowl arrives, and we dig in, and it's just sort of, oh, you know, so we had more bread with the cheese and the oil.
So how would you guys like describe the crowd mostly there? Is it, you know?
All over the map.
All over the
It's
place.
everybody.
Because you have students, cops, you know, older
families,
Italians.
yeah, it's just people. You don't see a lot of tourists there, I don't think, but it's just there's all these people.
Everybody is made to feel welcome, and it is a throwback. That's what I really liked about it. That's why I felt like a 5-year-old again.
But Greg, this was your pick, so give us a quick summary.
First of all, for the value, for the food, it's traditional Italian, great food. You're not going to walk away hungry. You're going to walk away thinking, I had a great time. I want to come back, and you will. That same week, like me.
All right, Wells, we're going to let you go last. Jennifer?
No, I feel that if you're going someplace to eat a lot, have a great time, see a very eclectic crowd, then definitely go to Tufano's. It's wonderful.
Are you going to let him have it or what?
No, obviously I need to go back and try some other things, and I will do that because I did enjoy the experience a lot. And you're absolutely right, for the value, you just can't beat it. Really extraordinary. And I'm new to Chicago still, just a couple years, and I felt like I was experiencing part of Chicago, and I love that part.
Well, you can find the Italian home cooking at Tufano's Vernon Park Tap, 1073 West Vernon Park Place, 312-733-3393. They're open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Friday, and for dinner only on the weekends. They're closed on Mondays. Reservations are accepted for parties of 12 or more, and the average tab per person without drinks is about $16.